we are back to both of you. Mr. Sir Duck would like to know, what was a consequence your players suffered because one of them decided to steal something small? Perhaps their small action led to destroying a town, as an example.
It sounds like somebody knows specifics.
Doomy gets to go first.
I don't know about stealing something small, but once upon a time in a little town called Garreton, Light's Gambit was tasked with finding out why the local ruling government was acting so strangely. Well, along that, the wizard got themselves arrested, and while breaking wizard out of said dungeon, the birdie rogue decided to steal a bunch of gold that they found in a chest in a locked up room in the municipal building.
Ironically, the birdie rogue just showed up.
Hi, birdie rogue. So yeah, the birdie rogue stole, and I know the birdie rogue doesn't like this story, but I'm already ankle deep in it.
Yeah, you're committed to this bit now.
Birdie rogue stole the money and took it, and after revealing that the mayor was the mayor controlled, or was the mayor actually the demon? I don't remember. Wasn't important. They went to report to the capital and found out that the entire tax treasury of the town had been stolen. And having been given a chance to give up the money, it was not given up, and the entire group spent 6 months in jail.
Yeah. Yes, happened.
Sadly, this was not all recorded, but yes, that was the first time the party spent some good, quality, non-consensual time together.
In jail.
In jail.
In jail. That has to be specified.
So yeah, I mean, it's a fun story now, and you know, it's fun to laugh at now. But yeah, it happened. And we shall Birdie Rogue shall remain nameless.
Yes.
I mean,
The bird shall not be named.
Birdie Rogue has potentially already outed themselves, but you know.
Yeah, that was their choice.
Oh, way back for me at the beginning of Adventurers Anonymous. Way back before we'd even streamed, before you guys had even collected the candle. My party had journeyed to a small mercantile republic independent of either set of ruling monarchs called Ossiforus. And in the party at the time, there was a bard. They completed their quest. Oh, yes.
This was the trauma in the previous question we decided to skip, but here we go.
Oh no, this is only part of the trauma. I could have talked about the thing on the ship.
Oh.
I could have brought that up.
Just a small disclaimer, all names have been changed to protect the persons involved.
Any similarities to persons dead or alive are entirely coincidental. But the party had completed their quest, and this was less had stolen something and was more, I will generously call it digging a hole. And the bard attempted to negotiate a higher quest reward, which turned into attempted blackmail. And I know Scratch was involved with the talking down of the councilwoman who basically was getting ready to summon the guards to detain the entire party. And only the bard wound up being detained, and but the rest of the party had basically promised to not come back. So no actual fires, but it was a very near miss.
I too will need that whole story later.
There's so much there. There's so much there.
We're
Keep
gonna
it
have
to
a
the-
post green room party, people.
Ooh.
Keep it to the game, not the IRL stuff.
I'm only talking about the game. The IRL stuff can stay way far away, but I'm only talking about game stuff. There is so much behind the scenes that even you didn't know about.
Oh, I'm aware.
My. What a tease with the tea. No. We already answered that one. Dice. Get your shit together. Okay. Without specifics, obviously, this question is for both of you. Player character icks. What is something a player character can do that just gives you the ick?
I hate that term so much.
The heebie-jeebies, the nausea, the pain in the skull, the eye roll to end all eye rolls.
Crit fail, lockpick check, and still pass every time. Pisses me off to no end. Like, I respect the taking the feats and everything and building the character that way, but just let me have a locked door, damn it!
Never.
Oh, sorry to the studio audience. Turned into a bat.
Why a bat specifically?
Because that's what the magic item lets them do.
Tell everyone in the audience that I preface this without saying specifics. So, you are specifically choosing to say this. It is not led by me. I have no affiliation with these answers. Thank you. You provided the magic item.
I know I did. But our group forgets they have so many magic items. And this one has not been forgotten.
The one that you want them to forget is the one they will never forget.
Would you care to elaborate as to why you dislike it so much? I was thinking that we were going to get answers like main character syndrome, min-maxing.
Min-maxing would have been a better answer. I'm going to change
Yeah,
my
that
answer
would've
to
been-
that.
Yeah, can I go back? Can I redo mine? Like, can I?
Sure.
Min-maxing is very like I know some players enjoy it and I know that's like their thing, but in my opinion, in my philosophy, having flaws to your character is important to the character. Cuz I mean, especially in recent years, we've all seen what happens when you have a protagonist that has no flaws. Nobody enjoys it. So, I mean, even back when I was a kid, like Thundercats, Lionel was kind of cocky and he got himself into trouble because, he was too cocky. Same thing with like Bumblebee and Transformers. He was cocky, got himself into trouble. He was young and inexperienced. Like every protagonist had some kind of flaw that, they had to overcome. And yeah, so yeah, min-maxing is kind of my thing because not only do people usually just min-max their number stats, but also their character traits and things. But so that I don't sound like a cop-out, I rarely give my players things that allow them to fly, and I don't know, I was just disappointed in myself when, with the bat thing. Has nothing to do with the specific player. It just has to do with the mechanic of it. That's all.
You rarely give characters something to fly, and when you do you make them say heinous phrases in order to get off the
50%
ground?
of the time, yes.
50% of the time, all the time.
50% of the time.
Are you changing your answer, Okami?
I am a little bit. Well, no, I am changing my answer. main character syndrome, and just because it always comes from the people that don't realize that they're doing it, because it's everybody is a main character. Everybody in this game, the only person who's the quote unquote mainest character is probably your DM, because they're involved with everything. They have to be involved with everything, so they're like the narrator of a story. They're gonna know it all. But when when you have that person has to be involved in everything, their character has to be involved, has to have input. It's it doesn't make it fun, because you're not telling everyone's story. It feels like you're telling one person's story and everyone else has to be backup characters. When the reality is, everybody is just as important as anyone else's story. And yes, I do have at least one particular player that I'm thinking of with this. Doomy knows.
So, a follow-up question is, if you run into this in your game, how do you handle it? For all those potential DMs out there wanting to know how to deal with some player character conflict.
Honestly, and this has been my philosophy forever, if it doesn't hinder someone else's ability to have fun in the game, then I'm not going to sweat it. Even though I personally may have an ick about it, if the players in the game see nothing wrong with it and they don't have a problem with it and they're not complaining and everybody's having fun, I mean, who am I to tell somebody if that's what they enjoy doing to not do it? Now, if it becomes an issue and, people have to, work around it, or it's not fun anymore, then it's something that needs to be talked about. Or you find out that the person's doing it to troll and just cause issues. But on a grander scale, and my personal philosophy on it is, if it's not hurting everybody's chance to have a good time, don't sweat it.
As far as dealing with main character syndrome, a lot of times people don't realize they're doing it. And so having that genuine heart to heart where you sit them down one-on-one and just explain that, what's going on. You've got people that are feeling sidelined. You feel like, other players feel like they don't get the chance to have the spotlight. A lot of times your quote unquote problem player will recognize this. And a lot of times they will be willing to work with that. And they may ask to have somebody kind of act as, I don't want to say a babysitter, but maybe have somebody act as a catch me. Hey, if you think I'm doing this, can you let me know so I can roll it back? And that can be the DM. When you have the person that isn't willing to listen, isn't willing to have the conversation, isn't willing to change, then you have to make the hard call as a DM and figure out if this person is a good fit for your table, good fit for your group, all these things. Because you as DM are responsible for everyone's enjoyment. Not just this one person, not just yourself. Everyone needs to be having fun. And if you have a person who's hindering that, unfortunately, they could be your friend, they could be your partner, they could be your parent, they could be whoever to you. Unfortunately, they might have to go. But that is a conversation that you have to have that conversation of, hey, this is happening first, before anything else. And then you may have to trim the weeds.
Sorry.
Oh, you're good. I took a drink right when you did that, so.
Okay. I mean, I think those are definitely good ways to deal with potential conflict, those specific potential conflicts. This next question is for both of you as well. Do you feel like there is a class missing from your current groups? Obviously, Doomer thinks he needs about 6 bards.
Do we
Got
have
it.
a missing class in our group? I mean, we have 9 people.
Right? I'm sitting here thinking that, like, I've got 7 fucking people in that party. I don't think we have space to miss anybody.
I
Well,
mean,
neither of you have bards.
I've tried bards before. I'm not doing it again.
coincidence. Huh, I wonder.
Yeah, right?
I would like to stand up for all the bards out there and bard players
Oh,
and say boo to both of you.
usually they're on their
And-
knees, but you can stand if you want to.
Absolutely.
Hey, depends on who's the bottom.
There are plenty of things that you can do standing. And I promise when my characters die that I'm coming back as a bard.
Do I need to remind you that the bard in our group is now your big bad?
Yes.
By the
Remember,
way,
I don't take notes.
fair enough. By the way, the last bard you had in your party, you guys have gone through 3 bards in that party.
Hee
2 left. One is evil.
Love that for them.
I think what I sounds like your party's anti-bard party.
Goals.
Stick-
Um,
I think
There
we
are
have every
things-
class.
Yeah, I'm running through my roster, and I think we have just about everything covered except bard.
no blood hunters.
No, it's a different game.
I mean, it's available to us, but
I have one of those in a different game.
our Kyrie tried one of those in the previous game.
Mm-hmm. Is there a warlock in Invictus Sanctum?
No.
You sure?
Well,
Is somebody multi-class?
multi-classing.
Multi-class. That was not looked at as oh no, this excludes multi-classing.
You don't
I
know where
am-
the Venn diagram falls in my brain.
I don't have a Venn diagram in my brain. I have squirrels at a rave.
Cartoon.
Bing bong.
Crayons and toilet paper.
My brain is powered by 6 energy drink addicted squirrels who were given silly string and fucking light up bracelets and rave music.
And sniffs of cocaine.
No, they all have ADHD. That's why they're on the energy drinks. Because the one time they can manage to cobble together a single serotonin, then they're just bounced off the walls. And also, oh no, where's the goddamn music coming from? And which tab has it?
Invictus Sanctum.
Yeah, I don't think. I think. No. We might need a warlock in Invictus Sanctum.
Is there a fighter?
Yes. Carius.
We have a wizard?
Lachlan.
I thought Kyrius was a ranger.
He's got levels in fighter.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorcerer.
Probably Lachlan.
Anything we don't think we have is probably in a multi-class with Lachlan.
Probably. That's what I'm saying. It's like, warlock, probably Lachlan. Wizard, probably Lachlan.
Paladin.
That's me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shut up.
Cleric, 3 of those.
Yeah, we have
Artist,
cleric.
2 of those.
Yep.
Ranger, a couple of those.
Yep. We don't have Drew. No.
Yeah, you do. Well,
We
Not
don't have a
anymore.
druid in Journeys.
This is true. We don't have a druid in Journey. A druid could be actually interesting in Journeys.
Well, we had one. Just don't have one anymore.
Yeah. Don't have one anymore.
Um, we just in fun.
It's like if we want to count, because like if we're just counting Invictus Sanctum, I can think of a couple classes that I'm missing. If we're counting all of Adventurers Anonymous, I have everybody covered.
Yeah, I think
except
we're pretty
Blood
covered.
Hunter.
Whoa, Gamma. We don't need to call Augie out like that. They tried their best.
Hey, Augie is a valuable asset to this team.
They don't do much, but they're cute as hell not doing much.
Augie is there as moral support, and once I get more of the appropriate enemies, will absolutely be a powerhouse. Not my fault you built an anti-undead paladin in an undead campaign.
I didn't know what it was. I didn't get information on the campaign before I built my character.
Fair enough.
None
That's
of
my
us
bad.
did.
I mean, that was kind of part of the fun of it, though, because in my defense, this was supposed to be 4 sessions long, and then we go from there. But you guys decided to fuck with all of my plans. And now here we are.
Teehee.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way, though. But yeah, I genuinely think in Invictus Sanctum, we have pretty much everything except maybe Druid, a primary fighter, and a barbarian.
Oh.
Yeah, we are missing a barbarian. In both.
This comes from having so many clerics.
Because you've got Gar.
Yeah.
Okay. At Tech Priest Halstrom, no, you're not fucking sorry.
Yeah, Scratch is going to get to the point where he starts slowing Masaru so he can get a kill on something. I can't slow.
Yeah, can we talk about derailing this conversation for 5 seconds because Augie never gets to do anything. Because our rogue is so good.
Yeah.
Augie provides the moral support that our group needs to continue to tolerate each other.
And reading material.
So excellent reading material.
Right, for all ages.
In
however,
all genres.
All genres. If you were ever interested in actually playing Dungeons and Dragons with like weapons and fighting, Augie does not get to play that game.
I'm working on it. I promise I'm working on it.
It's okay. You know, we only have a player that plays 8 characters with 47 homebrew aspects to it. It's fine. And we love them dearly.
Sorry, but not sorry.
That's how we feel about calling you out. Mr. Sir Duck would like to know from both of you, what was something you regret doing to your players?
Nothing.
Ouch.
Something I regret.
Something I regret. Regret doing to my players? Doing to my players.
Yeah.
I tend to be of the philosophy that the players do it to themselves.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. It's like that I did to my players.
What happens is what you did because you created the world.
Then that would be the only thing I regret is creating the world.
Oh,
it's like those big fences in Jurassic Park that says, "Be aware, 10,000 volts. Do not touch," and then you touch it.
Yeah.
That is for great cinematic, universal, just beautiful world building. And how dare you use Jurassic Park as an example for stupid players? Will not tolerate the blasphemy.
I mean,
in this house. Not on this stage, not on this TV show, not on my time.
Like trying to play fetch with a Dilophosaurus that's going to spit acid in your face before it eats it off.
But it's so cute when it does it, though.
Get the stick. Get the stick. Stupid, get the stick.
I just want to give it chin scratchies and tell it it's a good girl.
Yeah.
No, I don't regret that. Never mind.
Yeah, I'm racking my brain. Like, I think I have one thing that I regret doing to my players.
there's some mechanics that we tested out that I regret doing to my players, but story wise, game wise, I don't regret any of it.
Yeah, I think I only have one, and it's just simply because it was an attempt to bring in somebody else, and it just went really, really poorly, and everybody wound up frustrated at the end of the session for different reasons, and I think I regret trying to introduce the person in the way that I did. Other than that, I regret nothing that I have done to any of you.
Thanks.
Not even the chittering worm.
Fuck the worm. I hate that worm. That thing haunts my nightmares.
I hate anything that begins with the word chittering.
Would you prefer skittering worm?
Ugh, no.
Maybe there'll be an evolutionary cousin called the moist chittering worm.
I won't be playing.
Ooh, and there's an offshoot of the moist chittering worm called the damp chittering worm.
I quit. If I wasn't contractually obligated to finish this interview,
Yes.
I quit.
We won't unlock the chain to your desk yet.
Yeah, you guys can't see, but behind my desk there are very large balls and chains.
There's very large balls behind that desk.
Very large balls to deal with these